Welcome back, everyone. So, just had a good sleep. Maurice is still with us because we didn't make it to the Eldergleam. I sorted out my inventory, so just as a quick run through of what I've got, just in case I ever need to look back at it. Clutter is all in this cupboard here. Oh yes, we've got Thistle running about, our little bunny friend. This chest is all pelts and leathers. This chest is all ores. The top barrel is just everything that's food related. This is all my potions. This is all my enchanted weapons. This chest is all my valuables, so gems and remains. And this has my apothecary satchel, which you would think the inventory would be connected to this, but hey, that wouldn't make too much sense, would it? Of course not. Alright, let's head on. First, we want to hit the markets. I need to sell some stuff that I've been hauling around. Then we're going to teleport right back to continue our journey to the Eldergleam. Once we finish that, then we'll see where the road takes us. And voila, the markets should be open. There they all are.
You're someone who can get things done. I like that.
What do you got for sale?
The finest weapons and armor.
1200, that'll do. You can have my dwarven stoof. Ooh, here, hold on, that's definitely a rare one. We'll not get rid of that. It is heavy though. Though it's a lot of damage. Is it more than my orcish warhammer? It is. Well, warhammer be sold for a bit. Orcish war axe, a bow, arrows, loads of daggers, and you got my steel stuff. And wow, we have a really light inventory for once. Does she have anything that I may need? I'll take the ores off her. Only because they'll respawn. Yeah, then we can craft stuff later on. Elven archery helmet. Damn. You get all that. That would be like a combined like 60% bow damage? Woohoo! Ring of health. Increase your health. For 1,000. Because
good luck out.
We can wear a ring, can't we? Yes. Nice. So currently we're running with an adventurer's backpack, so 75 carry capacity and 20 stamina. Amulet is a Xanathar to just get better prices. As you can see, it kind of worked. The Iron Hand gauntlets, again, a unique piece of gear we've got. Silver armor, and we have our ring of health. So that's all our bonuses combined. Oh, by the way, the conspiracy of the 7,000 steps. Do you remember that book we read, The Myth of the 7,000 Steps? Well, you just had to open the book again. I opened it and, well, it just appears to have sorted itself. Feed Thistle a carrot. I already did that. Meridia's bacon, inspect that. Okay, in the nearby area, not too much going on. Right, back to Dariki. We'll talk to Dariki after Eldergleam. Okay. Back to the scenic, rather beautiful looking area. I don't know if this is under the control of bandits or if it's under the control of Stormcloaks. What are you? Well, you're attacking me, so that's all I need to know. Stormmage. I have literally put my stuff away. That's it. Prepare to meet the headsman. Oh, right. Where is my people? For them all. Don't need to piss off that dragon. Oh. Now we will proceed to the Eldergleam, because that dragon's going to be a bit of a pain to take down. Wait a minute. I think I know where we are. Is this the little unmarked shack? Oh no, it's the abandoned prison. Oh no, it is. It is the shack. There's a shack that got crushed. Don't know what... Well, got crushed by this tree here. And the abandoned prison must have been some sort of fort way back when. Okay, we can find quite a lot of lovely things here, as well as Rizlov the Righteous. Ooh, light armor. We'll take it. It's a beefy. I'll read that book. Lucky Lorenz. Not very lucky, was he? He does have a treasure map on him. No. We'll have to read it. The Lost Argonian Maid, Volume 1 by Sirius Curio. Act 4, Scene 3 continued. Let's her tale. Certainly not, kind sir. I am here but to clean your chambers. Crantius Culto. Is that all you're here for? Is that all you have come here for, little one? My chambers? I have no idea what it is you imply, master. I am but a poor Argonian maid. So you are, my dumpling, and a good one at that. Such strong legs and shapely tail. You embarrass me, sir. Fear not, you are safe here with me. I must finish my cleaning, sir. The mistress will have my head if I do not. Cleaning, eh? I have something for you to clean. Here, polish my spear. But it is huge. It would take me all night. Plenty of time, my sweet. Plenty of time. Good God. Ah, if it wasn't for the innuendos, that would be...
I'm proud of what we've managed to accomplish.
Are you? Wow. After reading that, fair enough. Shine of Dibella. I don't know what that gives me, but I don't need to worry too much. So, Lucky Lorenz got crushed. We got that, though, so, you know, who's really winning? No, I used to think these were ingredients. Well, they are ingredients. There we go. Right, let's just discover the abandoned prison. We'll be back for it later on. I think it's abandoned encampment, if memory... Whoa. It's a really good area for fishing. We've now turned into a fishing simulator. I haven't actually tried the fishing mechanic. It'll definitely feature soon. Right, I don't see any more fish. Right, let's dry our clothes off before we get to the Eldergleam. Wanna look good when we get here. I hear bees, but I don't see any bees. Anything in here? No. It was cool I could get into it, but no. Is that what Dragon's Tongue looks like? I need to figure out what the creeper vine thing looks like. Oh, there's Jasby. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start taking good note of that stuff. So I don't want to miss anything. I don't use potions, but man, I do love... Oh. Yeah, I don't use potions that much, but I love getting ingredients. Good. The giants are cool. They're very docile. They don't really want to do much to you. They were attacking my guys there. Eldergleam. We're on the right path. We're almost there. There's a ritual stone nearby. Or guardian stone. Ooh. Cool looking mushrooms.
A cave. Was I supposed to bring a torch? I forget.
And we'll go. Maurice will be able to see whatever he wanted to see here. Come, companions. This is an ancient place. We will use candlelight for it. That's cool. I always remember this being a really cool place. I thought there was like a wee hidden chest or something up here. Apparently not. Or I'm correct, but I just jumped the gun and it's a bit further up stream. Oh, you can also get 2 pickaxes and dual wield them. And it makes for some really fast work. No chest. Huh. I mean, it has been a long time since I did the guide for this place, but I would have thought there was something around here. Anyway. Plenty more to this place. I thought I came the whole way here without nettles being. Get. Now to save the game, because I'm pretty sure something bad happens at this point.
Enough!
What was that?
Just doing this to get my one-handed up. Oh, there's more. Oh dear. Oh, there's a lot more. I'm guessing Maurice is dead. No, they have decided to. Well, they've opted to not kill Maurice. Right, Nettlesbean's not the way to go. That's one down. I don't know who that is. What? Serious? Oh, this is tough. You know what? How long? Where is Maurice?
I had no idea you were a man of violence. What exactly are your intentions in this blessed place?
Need sap to fix the Eldergleam.
You would violate this marvel of Kinneret's glory to fix that half-breed stump in Whiterun? That's abominable. Barbaric! I'll have no part of this. Why didn't you tell me what you intended?
The best part about caves,
Do you have a better idea?
Well, yes. There is something. It won't repair the tree back at the temple, but we could bring them a new one.
What do you have in mind?
Follow me. I think I can convince the tree to help us.
I'm about to say, there has to be a reason why we dragged this guy so far. Let's see what, about to say, don't you get stuck at this point. Hold on. What's he doing?
The Eldergleam has blessed us with a sapling. You should take it to Whiterun. Danica will want to see that the true blessings of nature lie in renewal, not a slavish maintenance.
Huh. What will you do now?
I believe I'll stay here and bask in Eldergleam's warmth a bit longer. Good luck on your travels. May Kinneret's wind carry only the sweetest scents. Speak.
Okay. Can I plant it in my garden? One of my houses? Ooh, hello. A Calicor. Cloma.
I can't believe I finally made it here.
I'm nearly determined that there's a chest here. But a little surprised. By the way, what was that hunter doing?
Hello there, friend. You come to enjoy the sights and sounds of this beautiful sanctuary, as I have? Truly remarkable, isn't it?
Can we talk to you?
Welcome to Eldergleam Sanctuary, my friend. If you have any questions, to ask.
And
Wow, have you ever seen anything so amazing? Why are there more people here? Tours must be organized, paintings commissioned. As adventurers, it's our duty to show people this tree.
my duty as adventurer is to go on adventures. Fairly self-explanatory. It is indeed magnificent. Must inform everyone.
Yes, dispatch the couriers. Have the Jarls make a decree. To each and every citizen of this land, I say, open your eyes and behold its beauty.
Do you have other talents beside exploring?
Why, yes, I learned how to play the lute when I was little, although I'd much rather play the harp. I'm sure that's what Cabela would want.
Do you ever explore caves?
Of course. What do you think all this is? It's more valuable than any gold coin. Now, if I find a gold coin, and I do find them often, bags of them in fact, I deliver it straight to the donation bowl. I even have a system. For every 10 gold pieces, 7 goes to the temple, 1 goes toward food and shelter, and 1 goes to alms for the poor.
For every 10 gold goes, 10 goes to beer. That only adds up to 9.
Oh, I forgot. 1 gold piece goes to spreading Debella's word. Can you believe the cost of ink and paper? One time I didn't have any gold, so I carved my petition to change the name of Bloated Man's Grotto on the wall of the Jarl's longhouse. The guards were none too pleased. But really? Bloated Man? Why not call it Handsome Man's Grotto?
Oh, that would be my sort of place, eh? Hey? What skills do you possess?
Ma and Pa fought for the Empire during the Great War. Although I don't see what's so great about it. I'm sure it's over my head. They're the ones who taught me everything I know. About battle, that is. It's not like they had to teach me about exploring. That I taught myself. Although growing up in the Reach helped. First thing you learn is how to deal with heights. After that, dwarven ruins are a cinch.
Why didn't you join the guard or military?
The barracks have charm, but I want fresh air and blue skies and forests that are woollier than a mammoth. Although I guess the barracks is kind of like a forest. There's a lot of wood and bugs and things. We used to call it Termites Reach.
What sort of weapon do you prefer?
I found clubbing things with a mace is pretty effective.
Is she
They're
going to
also
become a
pretty
companion?
ugly. Not pretty at all, actually. As a soldier of Dibella, I have a reputation to uphold. Dibella's reputation. Beauty, even in battle, is very, very important. And I'll die with a sword in my hands before I live with a mace.
Were you in Markarth during the Forsworn Rebellion?
That happened before I was born. But I'm not a green thumb, honest. I'm 5 months past a woman grown. I've killed a bear, drank my first mead, and can pitch a tent if you need it.
Markarth would explain the fascination with Dibella.
Oh, that didn't come until after I became an adventurer. I was deep in some nameless cave, winding my way down toward the bottom of the earth. Suddenly, the passage opened up, and I found myself in this hidden grotto, with a pond and trees and holes in the roof. I don't think my eyes closed for another week. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't sleep. The beauty I witnessed was 10 times more important.
Okay.
All right.
You seem like someone that appreciates nature.
Oh yes, the water, the animals, the trees, all clay which Dibella molds into indelible art. And at the heart of every explorer is an admirer of that beauty.
True, but Dibella beckons me to explore mortal form.
I do not doubt we mortals make for beautiful pottery, but we see that beauty every day. I want to bring Dibella's full portfolio to the world, and to do that we need to be more than adventurers. We must be couriers, gossipers, town criers, screaming from the bell towers while we shower the people with our missives.
Fair enough, Amali. That was something. Where did you go? Also, what does this place look like as time goes on? Wow. There's a certain charm to it all in there. I was just wanting to see if it changes again, but kind of.
Amazing that such beauty could exist in a place as desolate as the volcanic tundra.
Tundra. What is this place?
You are in Eldergleam Sanctuary. Just a small glimpse of what beauty Kinnereth has to offer.
Probably should have spoke to them
Wonderful
first.
place, isn't it?
And that tree is the Eldergleam?
Yes, my friend. Though no one has been able to get close to her for as long as I can remember.
Why not?
As you can see, Eldergleam's roots are large and stretch far, blocking any path to her trunk. Though, believe it or not, there are rumors of a weapon
No
that
way.
even Eldergleam herself would lift her roots for, more out of fear than respect.
You mean this?
The rumors are true. I beg of you, don't harm the tree. Nothing good can come of it.
Okay, well that kind of gave us a slight insight. Wouldn't you say, Horomir? Sod didn't want to say anything then.
Welcome to
No,
Eldergleam
he just says welcome.
Sanctuary, my friend.
I knew it! I knew there was a chest! I'd actually look it up, but apparently behind this one. That's it. Maybe the torch will give me better. I know, in somewhere that's this flammable. Using a torch. Oh, there it is. Oh, they hid that well. Damn, that was really good look. Back to the top. Because again, I've been told that there is, in fact, goodies that we had missed. Ooh, a birdtail butterfly. Oh. Right, let's see. Is it gonna mess things up if I pull out Nettle's Bane? So we can hit it. Nice. Ooh, lots of conjuration stuff. A lightning rune? Ooh. Nope. Guess we've done our job there. So that's the Eldergleam. Wow. After everything I did for you, Maurice. I'm gonna miss Maurice. He didn't do anything, but you know, didn't even speak. Nah, I'm actually not gonna miss Maurice. I haven't seen any creeper clusters. And I know that they were everywhere, so I'm wondering if I'm the problem. How have I missed creeper clusters? Season patch. Creeper cluster was removed from the game. I'm kidding, they weren't. But could you imagine? Can't believe we found the lost Argonian maid. My mate was actually making a joke about that. He was like, oh, I wonder when you're going to find it and you're 100% right. I'm like, I don't even know where on it. You know, is it like a sort of meme place that you would find it? Or... Nope, apparently not. Who told me to steal the snowbird pelts? A lot of things going on over there. To Iverstead. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, I can't fast travel with enemies nearby. Who? Surely that dragon's not the one that's being counted here. Now I should be able to go. Yeah, that's better. That was strange. What a strange problem to have. Ah. Suppose we should explore Iverstead, see what it's got to offer.
Is anything I can do? Just let me know.
Yes? Is it absolutely necessary for you to bother me right now?
Basinius Axius? Can you tell me anything about High Hrothgar?
Clinic brings food supplies up to them once every few weeks, when the weather permits. Other than that, they seem like a quiet lot. Don't really know too much about them.
Fair enough.
What a boring conversation.
Any thoughts on the townsfolk?
This is a good place to hide one's identity, no?
No.
Iverstead attracts those who cling to lofty ideals. They never suspect our faces are too.
Clinic is doing just fine.
There is much in this town that does not
Perhaps
pass
one
the
day,
smell
but
test.
not today.
Be wary. Yes?
I have news.
Back so soon? This is not a good sign. Ah, out with it before I lose my patience.
But do any of these actually matter?
There is much in... Back so soon? This
Many
is
of
not
the
a
Warren
good
can't get an
sign.
accurate count.
That may be, but even a warned... You are simply unwilling to help. Back so soon? This
They're
is
roughly
not a good
700
sign.
remaining or damaged.
700? By the divines. Daraki might have forgiven a few steps, but... Oh, such a betrayal cannot be pardoned. You must excuse him. Daraki
I've
would
climbed
like
the
some time
7,000
alone.
steps more times than I care to count. At the top, you'll find the air is so crisp it rejuvenates the soul.
I have absolutely no idea about this quest. There is quite literally... I've never ever had this. Yep, I don't know what he is way to do or where he's going, so we'll let Daraki do whatever.
If I were you, I'd keep away from the barrow on the east side of town. It's haunted.
Anything you can tell me about High
The
Rothgar?
Greybeards are a solitary lot. I don't think they've ever ventured outside their monastery. We get the occasional pilgrim passing through here on their way to the summit, but almost all of them have returned disappointed.
Oh, looking for work? You got leads?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Tell me more about the burrow.
There ain't much more to tell. They're haunted, and you should stay away. Look, I've seen one of the spirits with my very own eyes. And
Wilhelm,
it glared at me.
I'm
I
in
swear it
full
burned
armor.
right through my soul.
Do the spirits haunt your town as well?
Fortunately, they seem to be sticking to the barrow. I think they're guarding it. Certainly isn't helping my business any. Who'd want to rent a room anywhere near a haunted barrow?
I could investigate it.
If you think there's anything you can do, be my guest.
Anyone ever explored it?
About a year or two ago, some fella named Windelius came through.
Windelius,
Said
what a
he
name.
was some kind of a treasure hunter. I warned him not to go in there, just like I warned you. The very next night we heard screams from the barrow, and that was it. We never saw him again.
Where can I learn about magic?
I've got no interest in magic users. No use for their kind at all. They're way up north in Winterhold, and that's fine with me. I don't even like our Jarl having a court wizard.
Fair enough. Any rumors?
People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Let's sate that appetite, hmm? If you're headed up to the monastery,
Who are you?
watch your step. It's a long way down.
Linley
I think I saw it
Starson.
again. That ghost. It was over by the barrows.
That thing's evil, Linley. I told you to keep away from there.
I'm sorry. I was curious. I didn't believe the stories. I won't go over there ever again.
See that you don't. I promised to keep you safe, and I'm not going to break my word.
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute?
What's in the menu?
Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both?
Fair enough. Anything you can tell me about High Rothgar?
I've always fancied a journey up the 7,000 steps to the monastery. Anything to break the boredom of living in this town. I envy you.
What do you play?
I play the lute. If you'd like to hear something, it only costs 5 gold.
5 gold. I'd easily pay twice of that to hear you play.
That's so sweet. I'll tell you what. I'll play a special song just for you, for no charge at all.
If I could sweep her away from here tomorrow, I'd do it. But Klimek still has so much to learn.
Klimek is doing just fine.
Grey Wave? Grey, is that Grey Mane or Grey
Perhaps
Wave?
one.
There's nothing like a
But
good
not
song to lift the spirit in troubled times.
At least I won't get copyrighted for this one. I think. Well, it definitely brought everyone a bit of a
Is it
brighter
absolutely
spirit.
necessary for you to
Ah,
bother me?
my fellow traveler. Have you come to Iverstead to climb the 10,000 steps?
It's 7,000 steps. Oof. It's precisely what I've got. Unlike a Nord, not to know how many steps there are. Yes, that's precisely why I've come.
Are you the one the Greybeards called? It must be quite an honor, so I've heard. I don't know much about the world outside Riften.
How long have you been away from home?
10 long years, Pilgrim.
Damn.
I left the city to deliver a letter, of all things, and I got a little lost along the way. Somehow, I don't think Paul Agnes is going to make it to the wedding.
When do you plan on returning?
Actually, I hope to make this my final detour. I've been told the city is just a stone's throw to the east. Of course, I've never had the best aim.
How come you've never learned about the world outside Riften?
Simple. I grew up in an orphanage.
Ah.
Never got what you would call a traditional education.
Is that why you left?
Yes and no. I don't begrudge the place, but it did leave me a little green around the gills.
I've been to the orphanage yet.
You have not met Glelod the Kind. Now there is a hag. Although really, I mean that as a compliment.
Some claim girl the kind is a high graven in her own right.
This may sound odd, but I like Glelod. Her tough love made me into the man I am today.
You like Gerlod the kind?
Of course. She's strict, mean, and has little patience for noisy children. Everything a parent wants in a teacher. Naturally, I didn't always think so. When I was little, there were many times I wanted to do Glelod harm. I even tried to bribe a guard into killing her by offering one of the orphan girls as payment. In the end, I am thankful the god didn't turn me in right then. How foolish a child I was to think I could convince an adult to commit murder.
Ooh, that's mad. Don't worry, I swear she'll be just fine.
That doesn't raise my confidence, but I suppose we all have our own fate. Good luck, traveler. May all your adventures be worthy of song.
That was a very strange encounter, but fair enough. Now, it says I completed that quest for the 7,000 steps. Now, where did Daraki go? It just said I completed it. This was my mistake. Who are you?
Need something?
Apparently not. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it here. And what I'm actually going to do is we're going to go back to this. Because I don't know what happened, Daraki.
Sugar and sap. Back so soon? This is not a good sign. Ah, out with it. 700?
At the top, you'll find the air is so crisp it rejuvenates everything.
See, Ed's going to walk outside, so it says I complete the mission. What's he do, though? Lovely weather we're having. Oh, he like feeds himself to the barra? Why? Why he do this? Suppose he didn't know about it.
I wonder how old this ruin is. You're not thinking of raiding it, are you? Heroes like us should respect the dead.
Oh. Well, that was a little rough. I don't really want him to die, but I don't really know. Maybe there's another way this goes. Let's see what Daraki ends up with.
Back so soon? This is not a good sign. Daraki does not think you counted the steps. Daraki thinks you're trying to fill his head with doubt.
I'll tell you.
Be gone.
If I could sweep her away from here
Back so soon? This is not... Daraki does not think you counted the steps. Daraki thinks you're trying to fill his head with doubt. Be gone. Yes? Back so soon? Truly? Daraki is pleased to learn there are still those who are willing to honor their word. Thank you, adventurer. Perhaps Daraki will leave this place, now that his soul is at peace. The Nord who spends his time at the inn is very friendly. Perhaps he will join us for a drink. Yes?
Does he go? See, he walks out and does that anyway.
7,000 steps, more times than I care to count. At the top, you'll find
A fellow traveler. Have you come to Iverstead to climb the 10,000 steps?
Okay, well, let's see. At least we helped Daraki. That is kind of a nicer ending.
Safe travels.
But at least you know that was the nice ending. But truly, that was not our ending. Our ending is that I told him there wasn't many. He got disappointed. He walked away and he drank some poison. Poor Daraki. But hey, at least we did what we needed to do. And we know where he ended up. Which means we know where he has the skooma. Wait, what?
I wonder how old this ruin is. You're not thinking of raiding it, are you? Heroes like us should respect the dead.
This is it, right? No?
The key to defeating Draugr is to stay low,
He must have went somewhere else.
neck, or cover your ears.
Huh. No clue what happened there. That was a little strange. You would have thought, I don't know. Ooh, hello. Well, we already know this is going to be a fantastic place. And we don't have the Headman's Cleaver as a favourite. Now we do. For the Ages of Man. Let's have a little read. Oh, Illusion. For the Ages of Man, Volume 1. Before man came to rule Tamriel, and before the chronicles of the historians recorded the affairs of the rulers of Tamriel, the events of our world are only known through myths and legends, and through the divinely inspired teachings of the 9 divines. For convenience, historians divide the distant ages of prehistory into 2 broad periods of time, the Dawn Era and the Merithic Era. The Dawn Era is a period before the beginning of mortal time where the feats of the gods take place. The Dawn ends with the exodus of the gods and magic from the world at the founding of the Adamantine Tower. The term Methric, or Merethic, there we go, comes from the Nordic literally era of the elves. The Merethic era is prehistoric time after the exodus of the gods and magic from the world of the founding of the Adamantine Tower before the arrival of Ysgramor, the Nord of Tamriel. The following are the most notable events of the Dawn Era, presented roughly in sequence as it must be understood by creatures of time such as ourselves. The cosmos formed from the Arbus, chaos or totality, by Anun and Parome. Akantosh, Ariel, formed and time began. The gods, Ada, formed. Lorcan convinced or tricked the gods into creating the mortal plane, Nirn. The mortal plane was at this point highly magical and dangerous. As the gods walked, the physical makeup of the mortal plane and even the timeless continuum of existence itself unstable. When Magic, Magnus, architect of the plans for the mortal world, decided to terminate the project, the gods convened at the Adamantine Tower, Draenei Tower, the oldest known structure in Tamriel, and decided what to do. Most left what Magic did, others sacrificed themselves into other forms so that they might stay. The Elnothe. Lorcan was condemned by the gods to exile in the mortal realms, and his heart was torn out and cast from the tower, where it landed where it landed, a volcano formed. With magic in the mythic sense gone, the cosmos stabilized. Elven history began, finally linear began. The Merathic era was figured by early Nord scholars as a number of years in reverse order, beginning or backward from their beginning of time. The founding of the Cameron dynasty, recorded as year 0 of the First Era. The prehistoric events of the Merathic era are listed here, with their traditional Nordic Merathic dates. The earliest Merathic date cited by King Harold scholars was ME 2500. The Nordic reckoning in the first year of time, as such, the Merathic era extends from ME 2500 and the distant past ME 1. The year before the founding of the Cameron dynasty and the establishment of the White Gold Tower as an independent city-state, according to King Harold's bards, ME 2500 was the date of construction of the Adamantine Tower on the Barella Island in High Rock, the oldest known structure of Tamriel. Hey, if we go to High Rock for Elder Scrolls 6, this might feature, so, that's why I love doing this 100% run, learning all the lore, because it will feed into Elder Scrolls 6, and who knows what stories it'll carry over. This corresponds roughly to the earliest historical dates given in various unpublished Elven chronicles. During the early Merathic era, the aboriginal beast peoples of Tamriel, the ancestors of the Khajiit, Argonian, Orcish and other beast folk, lived in pre-literate communities throughout Tamriel. In the middle of the Merathic era, the Altmeri, mortals of Elven origin, refugees left their doomed and now lost continent of Altmeris, also known as Old Elnufe, and settled in southwestern Tamriel. The first colonies were distributed at wide intervals in islands along the entire coast of Tamriel. Later inland settlements were founded primarily in fertile lowlands in the southwest and central Tamriel. Wherever the beast folk encountered the elves, the sophisticated, literate and technologically advanced Altmeri cultures displaced the primitive beast folk into the jungles, marshes, mountains and wastelands. The Adamantine Tower was rediscovered and captured by the Drenani, a prominent and powerful Altmeri clan. The Crystal Tower was built in the Somerset Isle, and later the White Gold Tower in Cyrodiil. During the Middle Merathic era, Altmeri explorers mapped the coast of Vardenfell, building the first era High Elf wizard towers at Alt Redenia, Balfell, Tel Arun, and Tel Mora in Morrowind. It is also during this period that the Allied wild elven settlements flourished in the jungle surrounding the White Gold Tower, present-day Cyrodiil. Wild elves, known as the Heartland High Elves, preserved the Dawn-era magics and language of the Enofe, ostensibly a tribute land to the High King of Valinor. The Heartland's long lines of communication from the Somerset Isles sovereignty effectively isolated Cyrodiil from the High Kings at Crystal Tower. The late Middle Merathic era is a period of the High Velothi culture. The Chimer, ancestors of the Dunmer of the modern Dunmer, or Dark Elves, were dynamic, ambitious, long-lived elven clans devoted to the fundamentalist ancestor worship. The Chimer clans followed the prophet Veloth out of the ancestral elven homelands in the southwest to settle the lands now known as Morrowind. Despising the secular structure and profane practices of the Dwemer, the Chimer also coveted the lands and resources of the Dwemer, and for centuries provoked them with minor raids and territorial disputes. The Dwemer, dwarves, free-thinking, reclusive elf clans devoted to the secrets of science, engineering and alchemy, established underground cities and communities in the mountains, later the Velothi Mountains, separating modern Skyrim and Morrowind, which is why there's a lot of ruins around here. The late Merathic era marks the precipitous decline of the Velothi culture. Some Velothi settled in villages near declining and abandoned ancient Velothi towers. During this period, Velothi high culture disappeared on Vardenfell Island. The earliest Dwemer freehold colonies date from this period. Degenerate Velothi devolved into tribal cultures, which in time evolved into the modern great houses of Morrowind, or persisted as the barbarian Ashlander tribes. The only surviving traces of this tribal culture scattered Velothi towers and Ashlander nomads in Vardenfell Island. The original First Era High Elf wizard towers along the coast of Tamriel were also abandoned at this time. It was the late Merathic era that the pre-illiterate humans, the so-called Nedic people, from the continent of Atmora, also Altmora or the Elderwood and Altmeris, migrated and settled in northern Tamriel. The Nord culture hero Ysgramor, leader of the great colonizing fleet to Tamriel, is credited with developing a runic transcription of Nordic based on Elvish principles, and so Ysgramor is considered the first human historian. Ysgramor's fleet landed in Hasark Head at the extreme northern tip of Skyrim's Broken Cape. The Nords built there the legendary city of Sarthal. The elves drove the men away during the Night of Tears, but Ysgramor soon returned with his 500 companions. Also during the late Mythic era, the legendary immortal hero, warrior, scholar and king, variously known as Perennial Whitestrake, Harold Hurry Breeks, Ysmir, Hans the Fox, etc., wandered Tamriel, gathering armies, conquering lands, ruling, then abandoning his kingdoms to wander again. Wow. That was a fair bit of information. I love it. Knowledge. Wait a second. Wait a second. Why is there levers? What's this about? Something don't make sense here. So wait, the order is up, down, up, up. I think. Whether there was an order, or I just kind of figured that out as I went, is a total guess. On my part, it's a guess. That sounds like that would kill me very easily. Hey! Is it pressure plates? Oh, it was. Come on, Hormir. Hopefully that didn't kill him. Goodness. It's the last thing I need right now. Lovely. Oh. The Sapphire Claw. Another claw, you say? Lydia had no chill for this spirit. Oh, he had a potion. Journal, we'll have a wee look at that, and we'll take these. Vindelus's journal, 4218, Morning Star. I've set up camp inside the barrow. This has to be the place. According to all my research, the burial chamber should be located here. All I need is some time, undisturbed, to find the claw. It must be hidden somewhere. And then a few days later, I had a close call today with that fool Wilhelm. He came close to entering the burrow, but I was able to scare him off by rattling some pottery shards in a bag. These people are far too superstitious for their own good. Gives me an idea. After a few failures, I've come up with a mixture that should do the trick. The glow is perfect. I should look exactly like one of those supposed spirits the people of Iverstead believe is haunting the barrow. Going to test it out tomorrow. Success. It worked better than I could have imagined. All I had to do was wander about the entrance to the barrow at night and wave my arms about. I had to stop myself from laughing aloud as they ran away. This should keep them at bay while I continue searching for the claw. Almost half a year has passed and no sign of the claw or any clues to its whereabouts. It's becoming maddening. It has to be here. Can't risk carrying any assistance, so I'll have to continue alone. It isn't here. It can't be here. This isn't right. It must be the people of Iverstead. They must be onto my ruse and they're toying with me. They want to find the burial chamber on their own and keep the riches for themselves. Why? Why are they tormenting me? Why not just destroy me? Who am I? My head is becoming clouded. I can't remember anything. I have to read my journal to remember my purpose. Am I part of this tomb? Am I meant to guard it? What's becoming of me? They shall not take my treasure. They shall pay dearly for their crimes. Any who set within these walls will taste my wrath, my power. I am the guardian of Shroud Hearth Barrow, and all that oppose me will fall. So, I've probably got to come back at some point. That's kind of what I've taken from all this. Obviously the Sapphire Claw must be somewhere. But not here, not now. Oh, I need to get out of here, so. I would imagine the Sapphire Claw will present itself at a more opportune moment later down the line. If I had to make a good guess on it. And that is currently my good guess. So we'll take us back to Wilhelm, be like, listen, found something. At least we know who was scaring the place. The Golden Claw was in Riverwood in a shop, so I mean the Sapphire one's probably at the bottom of some Dwemer ruin somewhere. I'm sure the townsfolk of Iverstead won't mind me just picking some flowers.
Welcome to the Villamere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know. We don't get many visitors through here, unless they're...
Here you go.
Let me see that. I can't believe this. It was all just a fabrication of this Windelius character. I can't believe we were so stupid. Well, least I can do is give you something for taking care of him. If you won't accept it as a payment, consider it a gift.
No.
Anytime, friend.
What? He had the Sapphire Claw this entire time. I almost don't believe it. Well, that was not on my list of things that I thought was going to happen. Look at this thing! You would not give this over to someone. Butterfly, ice cream... something else. Don't know. But anyway, the retexturing is awesome. The original ones were good, but that is sick looking. Almost so sick that there's no way anyone would just hand that over. Anyway, now we know how to deal with this burrow. And the good news is, if you're ever watching these videos and you're playing along with Skyrim and you do want to know, I do guides in every location as I slowly go through this playthrough, so that's kind of a, you know, a cool adage. Idiots. Idiots, idiots, idiots. Come here. Nope. They're not as much of an idiot as I thought. Alright, so. Oh, it's not an ice cream, it's like a wolf. Is this correct? Trying to see. Oh no, it's Owl Wolf. Fantastic. Now we can activate it. I wonder what we're going to find at the other end of this thing. Oh, one last thing just before we do. There was your guy's journal, Urzag's journal, that I didn't read. We picked this up a wee while back. I've always beaten my little brother in everything. Cards, I had better hands. Brawls, likewise. When we raced up the ramparts of the old castle, I would always be the first to reach the peak. Mother said the difference between myself and my brother was that he was a perfectionist and I was a conqueror. She said I wanted to beat him at everything and it drove me to become a great warrior. But my brother didn't care for competition. As a perfectionist, he simply wanted to sharpen his skills and would work with others if he thought it would make himself better. Mother said that's why he would make the better ruler. My brother would forever try to improve our standing, whereas I would contend being better than the next man. Well, little did she know that the next man was him. I was going to enjoy killing you, little brother. Grandfather's venom may have failed to reach Mother's veins, but it will still reach her heart. Damn! Uzog was, he was the guy from, I'm pretty sure we were at Lost Knife Hideout. That's where we got his journal. Damn, he was a little grim. Anyways, we will be using the claw and entering the sanctum and seeing what's in the burrow in the next episode. Hate to do a cliffhanger on you, but that's the way it goes. I'll see you all tomorrow for the next episode, or you can click the next one if you're seeing this later on. Who knows? Could be seeing this in years to come. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.